My guest today wants to give men in India something to read about. Gizmos, gadgets, girls, not necessarily in that order. That's the maxim of Maxim India. Let's catch up with Piyush Sharma, the Associate Publisher and CEO of Maxim India.
He's always believed in taking chances. Meet 35-year-old Piyush Sharma, a science graduate with an MBA degree and now the CEO of the newly launched men's magazine, Maxim.
Maxim worldwide is supposed to be world's #1 men's lifestyle magazine, and they're present in over 30 countries, and almost all the countries that we operate in, we have the #1 position. So it was a huge challenge to really create that #1 men's lifestyle magazine positioning in India.
You seem to have made a splash of a wrong kind with the launch of your first issue. You've got into trouble with the actress Khushbu, and of course, once again hitting the headlines because there seems to be no end to this drama at this point in time.
At the end of the day, Maxim as a magazine clearly celebrates women. You need to really go through the contents of the magazine to understand and appreciate the fact that it is a magazine which is positioned at addressing any and every area that interests men, of which beautiful women is an integral part.
Think global and act local, that's Piyush's editorial mantra. In fact, before the launch, he spent 1 week in the UK to understand what Maxim was all about. They also conducted a 6-city survey to understand what Indian men really want. The magazine relies heavily on Indian content, but about 30% is international.
See, the editorial content strategy has followed the think global, act local strategy, wherein the broad content strategy, the tone, the template, the layout, the format has all been kept absolutely international. As far as the real micro content is concerned, almost 70% of it is Indian and 30% of it is international. It is suitably adapted to go with the Indian sensibilities.
What were the findings like? Because you claim that the magazine is sexy, it's in your face, but what were the findings like when you conducted this research?
Writing is a treatment in Maxim, while reading is an experience in Maxim. It is sexy, not raunchy. It is provocative, not perverted. It is a magazine which clearly appeals to both the intellect as also the libido. So it is clear that the magazine, as far as the positioning statement that you mentioned is concerned, it is positioned as the best thing to happen to men after women in the Indian context. But the magazine clearly extends beyond mere beautiful women. We, as I said, celebrate women, but women at the end of the day do not constitute more than about 15 to 18% of the total content of the magazine. The magazine is positioned as a premium lifestyle magazine which concerns itself with all the areas of interest that men have, which is cars, which is gadgets, which is sports, which is fashion, which is travel, which is lifestyle, which is...
I believe you've already got a lot of advertisers on board as well.
In the case of Maxim India launch, all are super premium positions on the cover, which is the reverse gatefold on the front cover, the inside front double spread, the back cover, the inside back cover, the reverse gatefold on the back cover, which is a position which we've never sold, which we've never seen being sold in India, are all positions which are all sold out and out of bounds for potential advertisers before January 2007. So that's the kind of huge advertising community response that the magazine has generated. We have generated advertising contracts in deals in writing worth more than about 2.5 crores, and these are about 13 annual deals in writing.
Barely 2 editions old, Maxim already has big boys like Samsung, Ford, Ray-Ban, Hyundai, Toyota, Airtel and Nokia buying space. Being a men's mag, Maxim has its priorities right. So there's plenty of glamorous women, gizmos, sports, funnies and fashion. Its first edition was a complete sellout with 75,000 copies being sold. Enthused by the response, Piyush is now planning to launch a product in the travel as well as the women's magazine space. Big plans, big ideas and a Maxim to be a market leader. That's Piyush Sharma for you.
We are definitely looking at and exploring certain other categories wherein we are looking at least 2 more launches to happen within the current calendar year. We also made this commitment to ourselves that any titles that we do look at bringing in, we would look at bringing in only the #1 titles in the respective category. So that's how Maxim. The 2 other categories that we are looking at I would not be able to share the names of the titles, but one of them happens to be in the travel segment and the other in the women's segment.
All right, so we understand now what Maxim is all about, but what is the Maxim that Piyush Sharma lives by?
So I am of course a married family man with two beautiful.
You make yourself sound terribly boring when you say that.
No, I don't think. I mean, the moment I talk about adapting everything to Indian cultural sensibilities, I have a very beautiful wife. I have two beautiful kids, and I think there is all the excitement that is there in that little world of mine. There are, of course, as a man, I have my multiple interests which extend across all the categories that Maxim as a magazine tries to address, which is where working in Maxim really is fun.
So how does it stack up? Is it gizmos, gadgets, sports and women, or is it the other way around?
Except girls, you could count that everything else is there, yeah.
Piyush, thanks very much for joining us on Young Turks. We wish you the very best of luck with all of your ventures.
Needed to address the basic requirements of life. If you haven't changed one of your strongly held opinions in the last few years, check your pulse. You may be a dead man. Happiness, fun,